The New York State Police was organized in 1917 through the efforts of two women, Catherine Mayo and Moika Newell. A construction foreman working for Newell named Sam Howell was murdered during a payroll robbery in Westchester County. Because Westchester County was a very rural area then, there was no local police department, and Mr. Howell's murderers escaped, even though he identified them before he died. Outraged by this, Catherine Mayo and Moika Newell formed a committee for state police. On April 11, 1917, Governor Charles Whitman signed into law a bill creating the Department of State Police. Dr. George Fletcher Chandler, an Army physician, was called upon to organize and create a state police force. The following June, Chandler began the training of 236 men on a farm in Manlius, New York. Today, this farm is the Cavalry Club on Troop K Road in Manlius. As the first superintendent, Chandler felt that the two women responsible for the formation of the state police should be immortalized. He used syllables from both of their names and called the training site Camp Nuevo. On September 7, 1917, the first graduates were assigned to the New York State Fair in Syracuse, New York. In addition to their duties of crowd and traffic control, they delighted spectators with formations and their riding abilities. Immediately after the state fair, groups of 58 men each rode off to 4 locations across the state. One group went to Batavia, another to Onondaga Valley, one to Albany, and still another to White Plains. These 4 sites were to be the headquarters for Troops A, G, D, and K. During the early years of the New York State Police, the mounted patrols traveled in pairs. Due to the vast rural areas, patrols could be gone away from their base as long as a month. An itinerary was laid out for the patrols prior to departure, and headquarters was apprised daily by postcard or telephone as to the whereabouts of the patrols. These men became known as the Gray Riders.
typical day, a typical starting of a new day. Troopers Cardinelli and Torrey raised the American flag at Troop D Barracks, Oneida, New York, one of the 7 troops in New York State. Troop D is located in the central part of New York State. New York State Trooper arrives at Troop D headquarters for roadblock assignment and search for a stolen vehicle. Trooper receives added information and changes his location to meet another patrol at an intersection where the stolen vehicle is expected to pass through. Shortly after arrival of the troopers, the stolen car appears and is stopped. The fugitive is forthwith arrested and properly searched. Note the trooper in the background covers the searching trooper and the prisoner. Prisoner is handcuffed and transported to jail.
A call comes into troop headquarters of a distraught man armed with a long gun. Troop communications immediately notifies area patrols. Upon arrival, patrols are faced with an armed and agitated subject.
Get off my property! Get out of here!
The male refuses to comply with orders to drop his weapon. He then retreats into his home. The Special Operations Response Team is called in to assist patrols in this volatile situation. A peaceful surrender is negotiated, and the subject is taken into custody. While ensuring that there are no other involved parties in the residence, the crime scene is located inside. The State Police Forensic Investigation Unit is called in to process the scene.
Observe a speeder attempting to outrun the police vehicle. Abnormal high-speed pursuits often result in personal injury or fatal accident.
Along with many other duties, troopers are tasked with ensuring motorist safety through the enforcement of vehicle and traffic laws.
The next sequence is a search for a lost child. Here we are using the aid of a bloodhound. We have bloodhounds assigned in troops A, D, B, and K. They look ferocious, but they're really friendly animals. The dog has done his job well. The trooper carries out the child, safe to mama.
A bloodhound unit responds to a call for a missing boy. Upon arrival, he is met by an hysterical mother. The trooper gathers a description of the child as well as a clothing article to scent the hound. After following the child's scent trail, the child is located.